Some say it's hard, others say it's easy. I say the St. Patrick's Day event is very easy. So yo, what is going on, Raiders, the Boss here, and today we'll have a look at the St. Patrick's Day event. And in the background you can already see the island skin for this event and my base layout. And right in the beginning I was activating the Gore Axe, the Diamond Gears and the Obsidian Nails to go directly hard on the attackers. Because I didn't know what I had to expect there, and I wanted to make sure to collect every single gold coin which we are able to win there. I'm sorry that it's sometimes lagging in the video, but it seems like that my laptop is not really able to cope with such an amount of opponents on my island. But still, I hope you'll enjoy it, so let's hop right straight into the battle. So right in the beginning I'm making use of the Bombardiers, which I have positioned previously in the troop bunkers, to make sure that I don't need to concern with other close combat troops from the enemy. Then I was making sure with my ammunition that I get rid of large groups of the enemy to prevent them to break through any of my walls, and yeah. Wave 1 is hardly a challenge, and at the end of this fight I'm only losing 50% of my health, which is not that big of a deal. Overall, no troop of the enemy has made it through the first line of my walls, so let's see how the second wave performs against my base layout. Here the enemy comes again to destroy my base, but this time with a large amount of troops. I'm doing the exact same procedure by placing my bombardiers first and then use the ammunition as soon as they reach the walls and focus with it on the large groups, which can be really destructive when they get into the inner walls. Unfortunately it is a little bit lagging right now, so I'm sorry for that, but as soon as there are less troops on the map it runs more fluent. Alright, so the enemy is able to destroy one of my walls, but then again I'm taking care of that by using another snowball, and that's basically it. We've gotten 24% damage here, still a very weak attack but an increase of around 10%. So I have the feeling that wave 3 really will test out the strengths of this new base layout. So here comes wave 3, where we are able to win 260,000 gold and clouds if we 3-star it. And that's exactly my goal for this event, because if you imagine that reloading my traps costs 210,000 gold, and if they are able to destroy a lot of my base, I will lose a lot of my profit, due to the fact that I have to reload them. That's why I'm trying to beat each wave as fast as possible to make more gold. Okay, so like I've mentioned before, this wave is already way stronger than wave 2. We can see that the enemy is really fast clearing out the buildings between the first lane of the walls and the second one. And as they are gathering in large groups around my base, they even are very fast in destroying my walls. However, in the end I still was able to 3-star it with 40% damage, and at this point I'm expecting to lose at least one of them in the next wave, because I think the next wave will be way stronger, so let's have a look at it. Alright, so wave 4 is approaching, and in wave 3 I've lost almost all of my bombardier. It seems like the long range units of the enemies are very effective against them. That's why I've placed them now in an area where only a lot of troops are getting deployed which cannot attack them. Still, the enemy is able to make his way into my base at several spots by breaking through my first defense line, and I've already lost a lot of health at this point. So at this stage I feared losing the first star, and by that a ton of gold and clouds. Therefore I have to make sure that I use my ammunition in the best way to prevent further damage and to catch as many enemies as possible with the snowball, which is actually working out quite good. And again, the remaining enemies don't seem to be a great threat, as they are getting taken out very fast. Overall, another victory, and like in wave 3 I've lost 40%, but still that's good enough to 3-star this wave. So wave 5 will be the extreme test of my base layout. If I remember right, it is the same amount of troops approaching to my base plus Sunken Pete, and look how the skies are full of approaching airships loaded with hundreds of enemies. Also, Sunken Pete enters the battle right in the beginning, and I really had issues there to place my ammunition at the best spots, because everywhere enemies are going towards my stronghold. So at this point I was a little bit overwhelmed, but surprisingly all enemies died very fast without me doing anything, except for Drunken Pete. I guess he obviously comes from Ireland according to his name. Either way, sorry for stereotyping the Irish people. Let's continue, and obviously Pete is not that strong and is not able to take down another one of my buildings, which let me go out of this fight with 3 stars, and additionally to that I'm able to claim the award for winning against all 5 waves. But there's still one thing left to do here, so let's have a look at the revenge. So for my revenge I've chosen to go with 48 bombardiers, and I've activated the Gore Axe and Nature's Blessing right in the beginning. I was looking for a good way to get rid of Sunken Pete right in the beginning, because he's the strongest opponent on this map and I was planning to use my full force on him. So I've decided to enter this battle right from the bottom of this map with 24 bombardiers deployed on the right side and 24 on the bottom left. Before that I've activated the mirror shield, and when you think that this was exaggerated, you're right. But let's talk about it later. Alright, so I'm waiting until both groups of the Bombardiers merge to attack Sunken Pete, and then I've dropped the Berserk barrel to finish him fast. Unfortunately, he started running away, but there is no way that he was able to avoid his destiny of becoming defeated by me. So when this finally happened, my Bombardiers are making their way up to the top, and then I've realized, boss, there are only so few troops and towers and so many resource buildings which are getting ignored by the Bombardiers. Why did you pick them? It could have gone so much faster by using Cannoneers or Dragons, and why did you use so many buffs as if you wanted to destroy a fully upgraded Stronghold 10? And yeah, I cannot tell you why, but I've expected this island to be much harder, and Bombardiers are always a good option to beat such challenges. But I think that doesn't matter now, you can do it now in the right way. And to sum up, here we are again at the end of this video, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and that you can get an insight about what is awaiting you when you do this challenge. If you haven't had enough of such events, you can have a look at my Christmas battle where I'm defeating endless hordes of Mad Santa. Don't forget to leave a thumb up if you like this video, and if you haven't done so far, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos about Cloud Raiders in the future. This is it from me, have a great raid, the Bozzz, peace out.